Okay, welcome to the video. Today I have Waqid Janjua as a guest. He's in our TRT and Hormone Optimization Therapy HOT Facebook group. He's very knowledgeable. He won't say he's an expert, but he surely knows much more about hormone optimization than most of the guys asking questions and the bro science online. So welcome, Waqid.
Hi, thanks for having me, Steven.
Please like and subscribe. Thank you.
And hit that notification bell so you won't miss anything. Okay, so to start off, to let people know who you are, maybe tell us what you do for a living and when and why you start on TRT.
I run a business. We specialize in search engine marketing. So search engine optimization and pay-per-click is pretty much our expertise. And then obviously website design. And what was your next question? I'm sorry.
When and why did you start on TRT?
Oh, yeah. It's a long story.
Go ahead.
I pretty much spent 2 or 3 years becoming very fatigued, and similar to Dr. Nichols, he told me how he would wake up and he would put on his shoes and his gym clothes, and then he could not find the energy to actually do it. So mine kind of progressed like that for 3 years, where I would get late and I would not meet the guys on the bike, and we'd go for bike rides with the club, and it would take me, 20 minutes, just to get out the door when I should have left, an hour ago, right? So I would always be late catching or meeting them later down the road. And then after, some time, then I started waking up late. I kept on hitting snooze. And then eventually I would put on my clothes, and then I just couldn't find the energy to go out the door. I would go back, drink some more coffee, and then fall back to sleep or something, And then eventually I just stopped setting my alarm, And my good friend Ashton told me, go get your blood tested. And I'm like, there's no way my testosterone is low. No way. And then when I got tested, I had 3.5 free T. I had 200 something total. And it took a while for it to work. It took 3 months of using a clinic and, banging my head against the wall, trying to figure out why it's not working out. It's estrogen, right? And it wasn't. It just took time, and it took Dr. Nichols to figure out that, you need thyroid medication on top of TRT for you to feel well. And literally the moment I took that first pill, like the fog just lifted off my head. It was ridiculous. Yeah.
And at what age was that the problems became obvious?
What am I, 40? 40. It happened around December of last year.
Oh, okay.
This year, yeah, I'm 40. I'm almost 41, so.
Okay. And what I found most interesting about your story was I once saw in our Facebook group that you asked questions about taking hormones during the Ramadan. So that for me was very interesting, because I know a lot of people are doing this, of course. And what does that change for you exactly? What do you have to do? Anything special that others can't?
It makes it so much easier. I mean, mentally, before I wasn't able to really do Ramadan. I just could not find the energy to do it, because, you're not eating, you're not drinking, you're waking up at 4 o'clock, and then you're done by 4:45, 5:10, something like that. And during summer, right? I wish it was winter because it's shorter. And then I can't drink or eat, take medicine, nothing until 7:30, 8:30 at night. So mentally, I just couldn't do it. I can't work and fast at the same time. I need some form of energy. And now that I'm on it, it's a lot easier. It's still hard because I'm only like a few months in. The testosterone's only been working for about 3 months now. So I still have a long way to go, but I found that I don't really need food to feel the energy, to focus and stuff like that. I don't really need coffee to do all that either. So it's helped tremendously. Taking it, I'm glad that it lasts 12 hours. And by the time, 14 hours, God, it's 14, 15 hours now. Yeah, I feel fine. I thought that the thyroid medication would wear out after 8 hours. I don't really feel that. So yeah, thank God for it. I can actually, that's part of life for me. So for me, when I say I can actually live life, that means I can do Ramadan, I can do all the things I want to
So taking those hormones makes doing the Ramadan much easier for you. But in the reverse, what do you have to adapt to do the Ramadan? You can't take your hormones during daytime, so you have to
No,
have.
actually, I should have included that. So topical, as long as you're not taking anything that has nutritional value, you can take it. So if you're diabetic, I don't know about diabetic, but if you're injecting some kind of medicine, I'd be fine.
Oh,
I could
okay.
take it. So I do take my cream because it's just topical. I'm not ingesting anything, and it's not giving me any type of nutrition, right? So that's fine. But I can't put anything in my mouth. So the thyroid and the DHEA or vitamin D's, I have to take that early in the morning, right before.
So you have this kind of slow release DHEA tablets. Yes. Okay, it's very interesting. And when you're not doing Ramadan, we know a lot of guys are doing intermittent fasting anyway. So do you keep doing that, or did you never did that before, just intermittent fast?
For the last 4 months, I haven't had, well, last year I haven't had an appetite. I don't get hungry. I really don't. So I'll wake up and I might have an oatmeal and I'll wait till 8 o'clock to eat. I do have coffee throughout the day. I do have some form of sugar throughout the day. And in the last 4 or 5 months, I haven't been eating. I wake up and I might have a small piece of something, and then I have a cup of coffee and I go about the day, but I feel more energy, and the moment I go have a chicken sandwich or whatever I eat, I feel lethargic and tired, and I just want to call off the day. So I learned that about myself, and the key there for anybody who is doing Ramadan is I never did this before the start of Ramadan. I would always eat normal, have 2 to 4 meals a day, and now I focused on not eating as much throughout the day in preparation for Ramadan. And now when I do Ramadan, my stomach has shrunk because I'm not putting so much food in there, so that hunger pains aren't there. And my body, I guess, has gotten used to operating off of a smaller amount of energy and nutrition instead of spending all that energy to burn that extra nutrition I don't need. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I kind of learned that this Ramadan, and it's helped tremendously.
Okay. And what about working out? Do you work out?
Yeah. So I've done this for years, where an hour to 2 hours before my fast, me and my brother used to just go for a bike ride. And, you get really thirsty. We're in Texas. It's burning hot during the summer. But, this is all mental, right? I know that the moment I get done with my ride, I can drink my Gatorade, I can eat. And the interesting thing is when I'm done, I don't want to eat, I want to drink. And so I spend like half an hour just drinking water and I'm like, this is good. But you have a sense of satisfaction when you fast, and then you can go work out and accomplish that and still perform at a good level, and then finish it. It feels like you actually had a good day, So for me, that's kind of what drives me. The gym, I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, I haven't lost any muscle. I haven't lost any fat. I mean, weight. I haven't had any changes. I just go an hour before fast is open, and I just go lift weights like I normally do. You do feel dizzy at times, but you just slow down a little bit. But you can still do the same volume. You can do just about the same weights, So it's not that big of a. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who are really big or more fit, trying to accomplish a goal that will find a decline. But for me, the normal guy who just likes to work out for health reasons, and, to feel good, it's not a big deal.
Okay, thank you so much for this info. Anything else you want to add for the viewers that would be considering doing Ramadan? What can they do to make it easier for them?
No, I mean, for Muslims, it's pretty basic. What I said, and if you're gonna fast, you gotta pray. That's the whole point of it. You gotta pray. The whole point of it is getting closer to your Maker. So if you're not doing that, there's no purpose behind Ramadan. One thing that's very interesting is if you skip fast, you're allowed to do it later in the year. But there's something special about Ramadan where you get a specific. It's different, as in you don't feel the hunger For some reason, I don't know why, only during Ramadan. And when I have to make up my fast later in the year, you feel the hunger. Like, it's ridiculous. You are very hungry after 12, 13 hours. So take that for what it's worth. Try to do it during Ramadan if you can. So.
Okay, thank you so much. Starting next Sunday, together with Russ Kala, Anthony Labres, and Danny Bossa, we'll all be in a kind of HOT experts, or maybe not so much experts, but with a lot of experience anyway. We'll do a kind of live stream when the doctors for the TOT roundtable are not always available. We'll do a live stream, and we'll gather a bunch of questions that we can answer live at that moment. So that will be a live stream Zoom. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you for willing to participate. Okay, see you next time, Waqid, and thank you so much for the interview.
I feel like I'm watching a YouTube video. So thank you, Stephen. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks.
Bye.